and welcome to the virtual reality interview series. I'm your host, Nakia Whitaker-Woody, CEO and event coordinator for the VA World Conference. The purpose of this series is a heart-led mission. We aim to inspire, motivate, and lift the voices of women who have shaped their paths in the virtual and remote world. When it comes to the style of our conversation, we're committed to being authentic, fully transparent, and maintaining an atmosphere of open dialogue and mutual admiration. So, we're not here just to tell tales, but to share our realities. We want to know the highs, the lows, the in betweens, and the resilience it takes to keep going. So, without further ado, and with great anticipation, let's pave the way for this conversation with warmth and an eager spirit to learn. Computer. Hello, everyone, and welcome. Today, our visionary entrepreneur is Miss Yvonne Tate. She is a systems strategist to Black women professionals, mompreneurs, and multi-passionates in law, medicine, and education. She provides strategic operations and technology solutions so they can own their zone. So welcome, Ms. Yvonne.
Thank you, Nakia. It is my absolute honor and pleasure to be here.
I'm so excited. You know, you're like my friend in my head. I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait to talk to her.
Oh, we family.
We are. We have never ever spoken in real life, you guys. We are just Instagram friends.
Listen, but that's how family works. You connect with people. You don't have to know them. You don't have to be near them. It just is.
Yes, yes. I have found lots of friends. Lots of friends. So, can you provide advice on setting and achieving realistic goals since you're the strategist?
Easy. A lot of my immediate responses are going to be single word conversation, communication. You have to, nobody can read what's in your mind in spite of your superpowers. Tell people what you want, what you need. Share with them your expectations. And that two-way communication is going to clear up a lot of things that don't have to mishappen.
That is interesting. I'm having a boundary situation myself right now, but I'm working on it. I sent the email outlining what I want. And if it happened again this month, I'm going to highlight the part in my contract and rescind it and stop working.
It's very much a human thing.
It is.
Especially for those of us who are learning or relearning what boundaries are.
Yes, definitely learning what boundaries are. I have been balls to the walls, concentrating on raising two kids and making sure the bills is paid. So now when I'm pivoting to being impactful, it's like everybody want to be in my way. So I'm learning the boundaries of I can say no, and it's okay, and you can go about your little way, and I ain't gonna be back.
And no is a complete sentence, so it requires no further justification. A no is a no.
I'm working on that. I'm working on it because I tell my daughter no, and then she get it.
Well, it might be a little different when you have kids. I don't know because I don't have them, but I can see how that can happen.
Yeah.
It's the smile, the eyes, the face. I get it.
Girl. As new virtual assistants or new virtual professionals, because I know you're not a virtual assistant, what financial considerations do you think are crucial for when we're first starting out?
Do not lowball yourself. Examine your skill set and know the value of it. And don't necessarily take your cues from the internet or the suggestions that you be the lowest priced offer. Because think about it. Do you always want what looks like low-hanging fruit?
Yes.
You suspect it because you think it should be worth more.
Mhm.
Then you wonder why it's not. And then you decide you don't really want it because you're
Mhm.
not sure. So value your worth, price your services accordingly.
Yes, I definitely have run into that. I started with the $20 an hour, and you have to pay me with $500 a month, and everybody was like, "Girl, you crazy." I was like, "I just want to
Yeah.
help people."
I get it. And listen, I understand that completely. It is sometimes it can almost feel like a character flaw,
Hmm.
but you should not have to suffer because you're naturally generous and giving.
That's true.
Listen, we all got bills, bills got to get paid.
That is true. That is true. I know with me, this weekend I went to a networking event, and he told us they told us we needed to have 5 different bank accounts at different banks, and I was like, what? They was like, so you don't intentionally commingle your funds, because if it's at the same bank, you just hit transfer and you got your money. So if you put it at a different bank, it makes it a little harder. And I also learned that if you have a business checking account and a personal account at the same bank, they'll charge you a fee for moving it. My bank doesn't do that, but somebody said their bank charges them a fee for transferring money.
Oh, okay. We'll talk
Oh.
about that offline, but I have been taught that you should have multiple bank accounts.
Mhm.
Personal, business, one for operations, one for taxes, and one for savings. So yeah, that's 5 accounts.
Yeah.
That's what I have been taught by I actually had a VA coach, so I really do appreciate that. In terms of coaching, it needed to be that specific
Mhm.
because of the nature of the industry.
Right. I know a lot of people are using Chime,
Okay.
and a lot of people use their personal account. Or I know the other day I went somewhere. I went to Sam's Club,
Okay.
and I could not find my debit card. And so I had to use my business card because I was already at the register. Everything was rung up. And I'm like, oh my God, I just commingled funds.
Well, a transfer will take care of that,
Yeah,
money in, money out,
yeah. But I was
zero
like
balance.
trying to be in that mindset of I'm not gonna touch my account. I'm not gonna touch my account. Because
Well,
I have the people in my house who think my business money is their money.
it's a good practice, especially when it comes to your taxes.
Hmm.
I'm gonna let that breathe.
Okay, you're gonna let that breathe.
Yes, it is a
Um,
good practice.
so you are super smart. I see you everywhere doing your videos. How did
Thank
you get into the remote work industry?
It was a natural pivot, honestly. I went, like you say, balls to the wall in 2020 because pandemic,
Mhm,
and everybody had to work from home.
mhm.
And I had been gunning for that for years. I'm like, why can't I work from home? I have a complete and total office setup that I have had since the late 90s. I
Mhm,
can work from home.
mhm,
And yeah, it was always no until everybody had to. So
mhm,
there you were. I was already set up, ready to go, and was leaning toward, well, what am I going to do after my work life?
mhm.
And it just so happens that also during the course of the pandemic, I retired and to go all in on me.
That is
And
so inspiring. I had a similar thing in that, again, I was a parent at 19 and I had to make it work. And when they left, it's like, what am I supposed to do? Like, what am I supposed to do? You're used to, I got to go to track practice. I got to go to this place. I got to go to that place. And then all of a sudden they gone and you ain't got nowhere to go. So I
ye-
decided to start a business, but it was like scary. It was scary. It was
it
really.
is because it goes against our nature of what we've been taught all our lives and what we learned growing up.
Mhm,
It's not for the faint of heart, but
mhm,
I don't see any other option.
Yeah. I personally love my job.
Mhm.
It was never about quitting my job. It was about
Mhm.
continuing my passion somewhere else. So I'm
Yes.
totally happy that I made the pivot,
Mhm.
seeing all my things come to fruition, and I'm happier
Mhm.
than ever. So loving it. How has your background influenced your approach to remote work?
I literally just do what I've always done. The easiest place to start is with what you already know.
Mhm,
And all the tech stuff came after because I'm a perpetual student.
mhm.
Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. Literally just, okay, well, what am I doing and how can I make that work for me in this perspective, on this plane, in this aspect?
Yeah. Do you feel like your cultural background influences your approach anyway?
It does because my mission is in support of my reflection.
Mhm,
So I am all about my people,
mhm,
Black women, because being a Black woman,
mhm.
I know what we do, what we go through, how we have to. And I am in support of that because I see the doubling down of the things that we have to go through.
Mhm.
And I focus on people in law, medicine, and education because those are the three fronts that we are under attack right now.
Yeah, definitely. Hmm. I was telling someone the other day, I watched this podcast with Joe Morton, and he said that, even though we're Black, we don't all have the same experiences. And I was looking back on my life and how I was so blessed, and I've never experienced racism. I've always had enough money. I've always had enough food. My education was awesome. Childhood was great. I got two parents, all that. And I never knew that. I mean, I don't know if I was blasé or what, but I never knew that business was this hard, and especially hard for women of color. So that is one reason that I am so passionate about changing the narrative, because there got to be more people like me who just didn't know. Not that we was trying to be blasé or we were trying to be better than someone. You focused on your lane.
Yes,
So,
I get it.
what steps have you taken to build a sense of community in the industry?
No gatekeeping. If I learn something, I share it.
Mhm. That is a true statement. I get in trouble for that all the time. They're like, Nikia, you're giving away too much. You're giving away too much. You should be making money off these things. I'm like, I'm not in it to make money. I have money.
Well, there are levels. I
Mhm,
mean, if it's something that you found out by Googling and you
mhm.
can't tell somebody else to keep them from Googling
Oh,
it,
yeah.
really?
Yeah.
I'm not saying give away your grandma's family recipe,
Hmm.
but I am saying when and where you can put somebody on, do that.
Yeah.
Because one, karma.
Hmm.
Two, why not? It's not costing you anything to share that information.
Right. And everyone
Yeah.
perceives things differently. They may take something away from it that you didn't get.
That part.
Yeah. I mean, I'm in so many rooms that other people don't have access to, or they don't
Hmm.
think to have access to. And so I feel like I should share, because then that's going to spur you and inspire you and get you to thinking about, wonder how she get all those places, and wonder why she doing all those things. So that's why I share.
What goes around comes around. I mean, but let me clarify because I don't want nobody coming after me. Do not take the teachings that you learn from someone that you paid for and give them away to people. That
Mhm.
is not what I'm saying. So let's
Right.
clear that up right
Yeah.
now
Hmm.
because that's a thing.
Hmm.
But
I
we
had to
don't do
learn
that
that
over
when I
here.
had to learn that when I first started, because I thought sharing a freebie was nice. And it was like, no, you're taking away from their audience. I was like, oh, I didn't know that.
Just tell them where you got the freebie. That's as much sharing as you can do. But no, if it's general common knowledge, if you have avoided a pitfall, or listen, if something's just flat out wrong,
Mhm.
don't watch your person walk off a cliff when
Right.
you could have prevented them from doing so. That's what I mean.
Yeah, definitely. Um, what do you think we as women of color and we as women in general can do to make the industry more inclusive and empowering?
Mm, I thought I had an answer for that one. Let me think. What can we do to make it more inclusive and empowering? Regard it with the level of respect it deserves.
Mhm.
And by that, I mean understanding or letting people know and understand that a VA is not a low level employee.
Mhm.
It is not an expense because it's an investment.
Mhm.
When you're going to have somebody come alongside you and work in your business,
Mhm.
they're going to know things.
Mhm.
And understanding that they are professionals as well.
Mhm.
Even if you work with them as employees, whether you work with them as employees, how you work with them, employees, contractors, fractionals,
Mhm.
they are just as professional at what they do
Mhm.
as you are at what you do. So respect that
Mhm.
and start there.
Yeah. I feel like me segmenting my audience to women and then further segmenting it to women of color, and that doesn't just mean Black, um, is important. And that helps give back because you see me as a Black woman and I am doing all the things to try and make my business successful. So I mean I'm authentic and transparent about that. And so it should get you to think, if she can do it, I can do it. So that's how I
Yes.
feel like I am trying to build in the inclusivity and empowering.
Yes, the inclusivity is just being present.
Mhm. Even
Like
when you
when
don't
you,
want to.
yeah, listen, team introvert over here. I'm like, ooh, when we're done, I'm taking a nap. But
I might.
it's that representation. When you look up and see somebody that you recognize doing something that you're interested in,
Mhm.
it's a draw.
Mhm. Yeah, and that's
And it's an
something that
affirmation.
mhm. That's something that I noticed this week. I went to the Administrative Professionals Conference for the first time 5 years ago, and so it's my memories on Facebook, and
I
it is
saw it.
just reinforcing how much I got from that experience and how it built me up to say, you know what, I can do this. So I mean, I never ever thought to go to a conference. I never ever asked my boss for anything. I literally just did what I was told at work and all that. So I mean, I definitely think that certain things are needed to encourage people because I mean, sometimes people just don't know what's out there.
They really don't.
I mean, even with the internet, people just don't know what's out there.
They don't.
And that's sad because you're missing out on a lot because there's a lot out there.
Yes. That's why Google is your friend. Just Google random stuff. You'd be surprised what you find.
That is so true. Okay. Share a success story with me on a collaboration that led to better results. So you were doing something, but this relationship helped it make it so much better.
You, you. Um, okay, let's see. If I can, I'm not sure if I remember exactly where I met you, but being a part of the Blaze community
Mhm.
is where Nakia and her business was nominated for Best Virtual Assistant Company. and I voted for her. And she didn't know this because
No.
I'm just dropping this on her now. She had no idea. And just being in community. If I hadn't, again, being on the internet, so it's okay if you surf every now and then, but don't spend your whole life on the internet. I was futzing around and I found Blaze maybe a month before they had their winter event.
Mhm.
And I'm like, oh, okay. Community of beautiful Black women just doing all the things everywhere.
Mhm.
I'm like, okay, the next one is in 6 months. Okay, I'll be back. I mean,
Mhm.
I'm still in the community, but I'll make sure I
Mhm.
go to the next event. So in the course of that community, meeting people, getting education, and then the other event rolls around and all the nominations and the event and everything was beautiful. Like, oh,
Yes, that
wait, I
event
didn't know.
was so beautiful. I'm like, I'm picking pointers. I'm like, I want this.
Girl, I was in the chat like it
Yes,
was
I
my
saw you.
job. Yes, love that. But yeah, again, just being in the proximity of heightened awareness and just elevation of spirit
Mhm.
and being connected, staying connected, getting connected. And then I get a message from the Kia. Want to be on my podcast? I'm like, yeah. Yes, please and thank you. How soon can I do this?
Yeah.
And here I am. This is me being in a room, or my name being in a room that my feet hadn't touched.
Mhm.
This is how
Yeah.
that works.
I met you because you bought the first ticket to the conference
Ah,
and you won a t-shirt.
oh, wait a minute. This
You
conference?
know, you
This conference?
know.
Let me show it off. This conference?
Oh, wait a minute. You got to show the back. You got to show the back.
Oh, yes. And because I'm such a sweet and special person,
I customized the back for
listen, and I can't see how much is in the thing because my back is turned, but can
you.
you see
Fine. You
everything?
fine. It is awesome. It is awesome.
Sweet.
Yes.
I gotta
See, so
tell you,
when you go out and about, people can be like, I need to follow her. What she got on her
uh,
shirt?
I am wearing my business card.
Hmm.
Thank you so
I
much.
had so
I
much fun making
love it.
that shirt. I had so much fun. I didn't even tell you about it. I was just like, I got something coming for you.
Girl, you should have seen the ugly cry before I actually messaged you, though. I'm like,
I told my husband, I'm like, she was so excited with the shirt. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to make some more of these shirts.
yes.
What does personal empowerment look like to you in the remote industry?
Say that again.
What does personal empowerment look like to you in the industry? Not to you personally, but in the industry. Do you think that there are enough credible, affordable, that type of thing?
Um, okay, you're gonna have to ask me that one more time because my mind is racing. I don't know which way to go.
Okay. What does personal empowerment look like to you in the remote industry?
The ability to carve your own lane, to make choices that benefit you, to actually have the ability to make a choice.
Mm.
Because traditionally, when you come from the workaday world,
Mhm.
you may not have certain choices.
That is true.
Um, if there's like work that doesn't align with you, whether it be emotionally, spiritually, if it's something your heart isn't in, you can choose not to do it
Mhm.
without any backlash.
Mhm.
And, all money ain't good money.
Yes.
Sometimes there are people that disturb your spirit and you don't want anything to do with them
Mhm.
for the protection of your own peace.
Mhm.
Um, and having that space is really important.
Mhm. Yeah, I know that for me, when I first started, there was a Facebook group, and everybody was like, "You got to be in this group, got to be in this group." And so I got in the group, and I didn't feel like I got anything out of it. It was so chaotic and hectic, and the information wasn't necessarily accurate, or it was partial, and you had to pay for the rest. And I'm just like, I gotta leave this because it's too much on my mind. It's too chaotic for my brain. I already have recent thoughts. I don't need this. So yes, I love that we have the ability to choose. Um, and that's important because there are lots and lots of misinformation. And a lot of people who just want to take advantage of you.
There's a lot of noise on the internet,
Mm.
and I am not of the mindset that you got to be in Facebook groups. Yeah, not sorry. Um, the other thing, well, I'll say this: when I was looking for a VA coach, it took me 2 years to find a Black VA coach.
Wasn't that hard?
It was, and when I found her, I couldn't throw my money at her fast enough. I wanted someone that I could relate to,
Mm-hmm.
and that's that.
Mm-hmm.
I got nothing else to put on that statement.
That is a sentence. That is a
Yes,
sentence.
because the industry is the industry, but there are nuances
Mm-hmm.
to our lives
Mm-hmm.
that are important and need to be considered. They can't be discarded just because we're in any particular industry.
Right.
You get all of me. You're not gonna get a piece, half, a quarter. No, this is the package.
Yes, I so agree with you. I so agree.
I don't get to leave this at home. I need you to look up now. I don't get to leave this at home.
I'm
I
going
don't get to
down.
leave this at home. I don't get to leave that at home. So you get the entire package.
Yes. That's something that I've never thought of before. Yes. Um, I am continuously told that I am nonchalant because I don't laugh at everything, especially when we're in a business arrangement. I don't laugh at everything. And one of my clients was like, I don't know how to take you. Do you laugh? Do you do it? I'm like, I'm here to do a job.
Okay, let me tell the people, make this real easy. Take it at face value. Stop trying to read things into people.
Mm-hmm.
Let people be who they are because that's all they can be.
Mm-hmm. That is true.
Don't how, don't how come you don't laugh? How come you don't hang out? How come you don't this? How come you don't that? There is no obligation there.
Right.
Am I looking right into the camera because I want to make sure I can
You
feed
are.
back to you?
You are. Yes, that is so true. I get accused of that all the time. And I'm really trying to figure out like where does it go from? Because I'm not trying to be nonchalant. I'm not trying to be bougie. I get bougie a lot too. I'm not trying to be those things. I mean, I am
Well,
what I am.
and I'm gonna also say this. I have resting think face. So if I'm concentrating, if I'm busy, if I'm thinking, if I'm working, no, you may not see me smile. You may see me make several faces.
Mhm.
I'm thinking, this ain't about you right now. So, things in context.
Yeah.
If we're out goofing around, yeah, I'm probably gonna laugh, crack a smile, cut
Mhm.
up, tell a joke, whatever. But I'm in my moment. So just let that be what it is. And
Mhm.
don't tell people how to feel.
Yeah.
That's not your place.
Yes. So.
I'm saying that for all the people who want to and couldn't,
Mhm.
didn't want
Yes.
to risk it. I'm saying it for them.
I know we've had me and my circle have had this conversation about this new rapper, and I'm like, she is just so ghetto. And I was listening to somebody talk, and they were just like, but people like her, and she's just being herself. And I was like, you know what? That's right. That was my ignorance putting my standards of she ghetto on her when she's just being herself.
Listen, it's like chocolate. Unless you're allergic, you don't like chocolate. I'm not sure how I feel about it. But there's white chocolate, milk chocolate, dark chocolate, chocolate with fruits, chocolate with nuts. Pick your chocolate. Just pick your chocolate, eat what you like, and move on.
Yes. What? Oh, where was it? Oh, so you're the marketing queen. I see you. I
Well,
see you
listen,
be
it's a learned skill and I'm still learning, but thank you. I am trying.
yes. I see them late night videos. I be like, do she sleep? I
Yeah, I'm
see
a
them.
night owl, so
Me too. I only sleep 4 hours. 1 o'clock, I'm up.
oh my goodness.
Yes. It's a gift and a curse. It really is. But what strategies do you suggest a new virtual service provider use to effectively market themselves? Because when they're first starting, they don't have all this money, they don't really know a lot. What can they use to leverage and get themselves seen and out there?
I can tell you some of the things I've been told. Record what you're doing, so like you can use that for video instead of feeling like you have to do this movie production.
Mhm.
If it's not in you, it's gonna show.
Mhm.
It's like um do what you know. I like to do like kind of like tech tips,
Mhm.
and it's especially if you don't care to be on screen. I'm like, I'll just show you how to do something. That's the video, and there you go.
Mhm.
Um, if you're not comfortable on your own, bring somebody on screen with you, or pretend you're having a conversation, or think of an audience full of people in their underwear, as they say.
Mhm.
Find something that just works for you. You don't have to do it exactly like somebody else because it's going to feel forced and uncomfortable.
Right.
Find something that works for you and just do the hell out of that.
Yes. I know when I first started, everybody was like, you have to be on video. I literally have like 5 videos that show up in my memories where I was hyperventilating because I literally couldn't talk on camera. Literally couldn't talk on camera. And I look back at those and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. That was me.
But you know what? It just goes to prove that you tried, you stuck it out,
Mhm.
you found what works for you. Everybody's first thing is funky.
Mhm.
Everybody, stop comparing
Mhm.
yourself to somebody's polished, edited, I got a camera crew follow me around video. Stop it.
Yes, yes. I
You're
didn't
comparing
know
apples
that.
to oranges. There is no comparison.
Yeah, I didn't know starting out that I had to be the face of my brand. And I'm like, I don't like to take pictures and I don't want to talk to nobody. It's like, oh my God, I'm
It's
all over the place.
hard. It's hard. I will say if maybe like if you have Loom,
Mhm.
it's like a static picture of you, but you can still show who you are
Mhm.
and not necessarily be present. So it's
That is a
something of a
good tip. That's a
compromise.
very good tip.
Oh yeah,
Very good tip.
because I have used that often. And when I don't when I'm not given, yeah,
Mhm.
you're gonna get a Loom because at least you see a face and you know it's me.
Yeah,
Um
everybody knows whether I'm giving or not. You go see this face. Sometimes it's red, and sometimes it's puffy, and sometimes it's goofy. I don't care. It is what it is.
Yeah. And it depends on like, you know what? Yeah, you gonna get this today because this is all I got.
Mhm.
Um,
Yep.
I did
I'm
it.
showing up every day.
I did a video the other day, and my voice is still kind of because I've been running my mouth a lot, and my sinuses and my voice. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it real quick.
Mhm. I know.
I'm, I'm. It's gonna be dirty. Whatever I gotta do is gonna be dirty because it's better dirty than not done.
Yes, that is true. That is true. You got
I'm
to
not
be
out.
seen in order to get clients. You got to be seen in order to get clients.
I am not out here trying to be cute. I am just trying to be me. This
That's right.
this is
And that's
it.
all you can be. So
This is
now
it.
that we have talked about that strategy and that marketing, I saw something on Instagram yesterday.
Did you now?
I did. You announced this project that you have been working on for months. Can you tell me about it?
She is the boss. And I am honest to God so happy that after all that cooking, it is finally done. And yes, I am ready to serve her. The boss is business, operations, strategy, and systems. The four legs of your business table, if you were, that must be solid in order for you to scale. When I first got into business, everybody was like, scale, 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 scale. I'm like, okay, what is scale?
Mm-hmm.
And while that is important,
Mm-hmm.
you cannot build on a wobbly foundation.
That is true.
And people forget the foundation part and just want to jump and start all the way up here. Like, but there's nothing to support it.
Mm-hmm.
So the essence behind Boss is I built it different.
Mm-hmm.
It is first of all, pretty much a month-long offer. It's 4 weeks where I embed, like me and you, we're gonna be like this for 4 weeks. And I embed into your business and your company with you and your team. And we literally just comb through your entire business. Look at the stage that your business is in now.
Mm-hmm.
And you tell me where it is you want to go. And then we create a plan that can get you there. Because the object is to take that next step in your business where you're ready to scale. That's the first week. The second week is where we dig into the meat, get your operations information, because if that looks like a junk drawer, it's going to be a tiny problem. So with that, it's looking at the day-to-day operations of your business, what you do, how you do it, why, and who's responsible for it.
Mm-hmm.
Week 3 is where we start to build a timeline so you can achieve your milestones and your goals. And that's going to put your schedule in place for how you scale.
Mm-hmm.
The 4th week is the roundup. Gather everything together into your nice, new, neat little ecosystem, your people, your tools, your systems, your processes. And that's going to guide those strategies and processes.
Mm-hmm.
I am so excited about that because I built it to be different.
That's interesting. You built it to be different.
I built it to be different. It's different from a VIP day where you're just in there for a briefer period of time. It's not built to be a long-term offer. So
Right.
it's just 1 month of me and you.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
on the
like it.
other,
I like it.
and on
I
the,
like it.
thank you. Listen, I worked really hard on this.
I'm glad. I'm
And
glad.
it's designed to be different. So you go from here to you get to the point where, okay, everything is solid. You know, when you go to scale, you're not going to lose momentum. Your ground is not going to shift from under you. You've got everything right and tight. And then you scale and propel.
Mm. Scale and
That is the
scale.
goal.
That's a good little quote.
Thank
I
you.
have so many good quotes from you.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, so now we're at the end. To close, share one piece of wisdom or inspiration for our listeners who are ready to embark on their own journey.
Do it. Don't talk yourself out of what you want. Nobody knows how to do everything at the start. Find reputable sources and resources. Start with Nakia.
I try.
Um, um, mind the company you keep because everybody doesn't share your vision.
Yes.
Um,
I had to change a couple people at my table before.
yeah, and don't worry about being alone because you're never really alone. You may be by yourself for a while, so to speak, but you will not be alone. This industry has support.
Yes, definitely has support. Just got to find the right fit for you.
Yes. You don't have to do everybody's everything, all the things all the time. Discernment, develop discernment.
Yes.
Everything is not for you and you are not for everybody. Don't take a no personally.
Mhm. I had to learn that.
A lot of times, depending on the no, hell, you dodged the bullet, so be thankful. Um, there are other times when a no is a not right now.
Yes.
Don't take it personal.
Yes. Yes. I
Um,
recently had a job offer that I wanted, but I
mhm.
was so scared to want it because I'm like, I'm running this business and I'm running this business and I have a full-time job and I have the family. How am I going to do it? Something's going to suffer. And then when I didn't get it, I was like, it just wasn't for me. 'Cause
Yes.
I was like, oh my God, everybody's gonna be like, where's she at?
You know what? It is natural to feel like disappointment. It's okay. It's
It's
all
human
part of
nature.
growing.
Yeah, it's human nature.
It's all part of growing.
Mhm.
Don't be too hard on yourself.
Yes.
We're all
Give
learning.
ourselves grace. We got to give ourselves grace.
We are all learning.
So,
Just keep a pure heart.
yes. So that is the end of this episode. I want to again say thank you to our guest, my friend
Ooh.
Yvonne Tate, and remind everyone that we were not just talking, we were sharing, growing, and reshaping the narrative for women of color in the virtual and remote industry. So let's shine together, and
Yes.
we will see you next time.